What's up guys, welcome to another video. So in this video we're going to be going over the latest patch that just came out for MK11. Now this patch, it may seem small, but they actually significantly changed the game. Now personally I think it's for the better, but let's go into it. So I'm going to put the patch notes in the description, but I'm going to go through it here. So they made changes, many minor changes that are not really a big deal. Some universal changes which I think are like the most important. And then a lot of like character specific ones. Okay, so first for some of the universal changes. One of the main ones they did, which I do like. Now, fatal blows, they used to have armor after 5 frames of you starting it up. Now that got moved up to 8 frames. So I mean, people can still do wake up fatal blow, but it makes it easier to actually get like a meaty on your opponent. Now this next one is very significant. So before, like, you know, normally you can do low pokes, you know, down 3, down 4, whatever, you can cancel it into like a special move. Now what they did is, if you flawless block any low poke, you can no longer cancel into a special move. So let me show you an example. I'm gonna put him now to flawless. You see, I'm trying to cancel into my like little wall thing, trying to cancel to this, and it won't let me. So what does that mean? So normally, like for example, if someone were to flawless block your down poke, and if you were to go for an up 2, if you were to cancel into like a special move, you would actually beat their up 2 because the up 2 doesn't have any like invincibility frames. So now, when you flawless block a poke, if you have a good up 2 that has enough horizontal range, that's a guaranteed punish. So now I think that's really good, so that rewards you for flawless blocking. Because that's what this patch that I noticed, it mainly rewards you for that. And that also goes with another thing they changed, which also really improved flawless blocking. So in general, with the jump kick and jump punches, they got nerfed heavily. So with jump punches, they had 5 less frames of blocks done. Like look at that, that was only +2. It used to be a lot more. I mean, you're still gonna be plus regardless. And it does do the same thing with jump kicks. It just makes them less plus. So it gives you like more of an opportunity to fight back. And another thing they did, before, like when you flawless block a jump kick, they can, or jump kick or jump punch, they can still, like for example, with Cetrion, I'm gonna jump kick and I'm gonna cancel into like my air laser thing. Now, when you flawless block a jump kick or a jump punch, you're no longer able to cancel into any special move. So that pretty much guarantees a flawless block. Like if you flawless block a jump in, that's a guaranteed punish if you have meter. And you also used to be able to cancel, like for example, a jump punch, like right there, I just canceled straight into her 1-1. You can no longer cancel into normals, special moves, or anything if they flawless block your jump attack. So I'm gonna put Geras back to flawless block. There, I'm trying to do the special move. It don't come out. Now I'm gonna try to do the 1-1. You see there's like a delay. It doesn't come out as fast as it used to. You know, he can actually flawless block me twice. That shows you the gap that's still there. So even if you don't have meter, you can flawless block a jump punch. If the opponent were to go for a high attack to try to jail you like it normally used to, they could actually get a complete uppercut on you, which that is crazy. So overall, they completely nerfed like jump kicks, jump punches. They really wanted this game to be more neutral based. That's what it looks like to me. So, because this game had a jumping problem. There was just too much jumping going around. I mean, yeah, you had the anti-airs, you had the tech where you can duck high kicks or whatever. But this makes it a lot easier to deal with jump kicks. I mean, as long as you have a good flawless block up 2. And which we're going to get into in a little bit. Like a lot of characters, they got their flawless block up 2 actually buffed. Now for the universal changes, they added some other things, but nothing really that significant. You can see in the patch notes, Kombat League, they fixed the connection a little bit, so they say anyway. They made some stage specific adjustments, no big deal. Okay, now let's get into the character stuff. This is where it gets really good. Okay, so I picked these 2 characters first because they have my favorite changes. Alright, Cetrion. Remember this teleport? Used to be annoying, but guess what? The far teleport, it costs 2 bars now. You don't realize how amazing that is. She used to be able to only spend 1 bar and just run away full screen. Like she was backdash, 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 throw rocks. You finally work it to the corner. She jumps back, teleports out, only 1 bar. By the time you get her to the corner again, she got that bar back and she can just rinse and repeat. Now that it costs 2 bars, it's actually a big time risk for her to do it. Well, not so much a risk, it's just a lot of resources she has to spend. So your work of putting her in the corner, okay, she can get out, but now she has no meter. You get her cornered again, or you just knock her down, she has no wake up options. So I'm super happy about that. That's awesome. They did a good job with most of these nerfs. I think they missed a couple things, but anyway, let's continue. So Cetrion, they did some other visual effect. I don't know, nothing a big deal. But for Geras, they had some pretty cool stuff they did. So I want you guys just to check this out. Look at this string. Don't you notice a little bit of delay? So let me show you something. Let me put block, the flawless block. Boom, boom. It has a flawless block gap. They finally nerfed Geras. They finally nerfed him. Oh, that is amazing. This OP character finally got a nerf that he needed. He doesn't have a safe launcher anymore. You can actually flawless block and punish him. That is amazing. And on top of that, like even if you don't flawless block it, check it out. This is -6. It used to be -3, so now it's -6. Now it's still not punishable, but at least he can't be mashing down 1. You know, that's like, down 1 6 frames, -6, so it's like the move comes out in 12 frames. So you have much more time to react with the poke, react with the mid. A lot of characters can now respawn with the mid. Some of the slower mids can now fight Geras. You don't have to have like a 9 frame mid or be forced to poke to contest Geras. Now if you have like an 11 frame mid or whatever, you can actually do something, which is amazing. And another change which is really nice. So they made Geras's up to no longer 9 frames. I'm gonna just have him knocked down. Check this out. This is now 9 frame startup. It used to be 6. Now 9 frames is still real good, don't get me wrong. It's fine if he has a good up 2. I mean, I think all characters have a decent up 2, but at least it's not a broke 6 frame up 2, which is retarded. So at least now it's 9. It's more in line with the other characters, so that's good. So the next nerf has to do with like his jump punches. You know, universally, like jump attacks got nerfed, so like his godlike splash. I mean, it's still really plus, don't get me wrong, but it's just not as plus as before. It says it has 5 less frames of block stun, which I mean, it's okay, it's whatever. But that makes it good, like when you flawless block it, it has even less block stun. So it just goes with the whole nerf to jump attacks and whatnot. Okay, and the next one, his sand trap, they made this like, okay, if you flawless block it, like you see now it's -19. Now if you flawless block it, it has even more like block stun. See now it's -24 if you flawless block it. So I was practicing with my friend, right? And Scorpion has a 22 frame teleport. So now if you flawless block Geras' sand trap, he can actually get a reversal teleport punish. So that's really, really good. So that makes the sand trap not so much of a F neutral move. If you're able to flawless block it, a lot of characters that couldn't punish it before now can. And then the last thing they did for this character, they said with the time trap, the temporal advantage hit region slightly adjusted when opponent is in a combo. I don't know if that means that this got more range or less range in a combo. I mean, I was doing some combos earlier and I didn't really notice much of a difference, so that's whatever. But they did do a slight buff to like this stagger, like it's 4-2-1. It looks like it's less minus. Used to be -12, so now it's -11, which is fine. And then it says it has 5 less frames of recovery on hit, so it's just better on hit. Which I mean, it's fine. It's still punishable though. It's -11, so it's not really safe. But it makes sense they buffed the stagger since like they made this have a big flawless block gap. Which you don't know how happy I am. I'm sure a lot of people are happy. Like it was about time. It was about time. So anyway, let's go to the next couple characters. All right. So for these 2 characters, so Erron Black, his flawless block up 2, it actually got a better hit range. Which it used to be, remember, it used to be really, really bad. It used to like barely catch you out of anything. So now it has better hitbox, which is good. Then the other thing for Erron Black, his bounty bash, I think this is stand 2 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this, they made it have, let me see, now recovers 3 frames faster. So, I mean, that's kind of whatever, recovers 3 frames faster. I think that means it has like less block stun, or it just simply recovers faster. But now it's like, it's -4. From what I understand, it looks like maybe it was -7 before, and they made it 3 frames faster in recovery, or just made the move just recover quicker and just have the same block stun. But that's a minor buff, I guess. So this next one's actually a nerf, even though it doesn't really look like it. So Dead and Lead, that's his, let's show you, that's his 2-1 right here. So this one, they made it so he had 5 more frames of block stun and 5 more recovery frames. So that doesn't really change anything, like it still keeps it -3. But what does it do? So basically, he recovers 5 frames slower, so it takes longer for him to move, but then of course it takes the opponent longer to move as well. So the frame data is the same, but the thing is, since it has more recovery time, like the opponent has more time to react to the stagger, so it doesn't make the stagger as good. Because before, like, it was the same frame data going to this, to a poke, you know, that's not changed. You know, he still has a 6 frame poke, and that's -3, so you can say the poke comes out in 9 frames relative to the frame data, if you want to go with that. That in itself is not changed. All it does is it gives you more time to react to the poke. So if you were to poke back, like using your reactions, you have a better chance of actually beating the Erron Black player. Since before, this used to recover 5 frames faster, even being the same frame data, you would have less time to react to the stagger because, you know, you're scared of him going to the full string. Then by the time you go to poke, you may get poked out of it. So it's a minor nerf to Erron, which is kind of unfortunate. He actually needed a couple little buffs, in my opinion, but it's not so bad overall. It's not like they destroyed him or anything. He's pretty much the same, and I guess they buffed this stagger, so I guess that makes it fair. Alright, so Johnny Cage, they made his force ball now start up in 11 frames, which, not much of a difference, but I mean, come on, I used to start up in 9 frames. That was kind of like ridiculous. That's a decent nerf. He's still a very good zoner, very useful. Like, he wasn't really nerfed much in that regard at all. And they also nerfed his flawless block up 2, or this is up 2 in general. It used to start up in 7 frames and now starts up in 9 frames. So it seems like they want all the flawless block up 2s to start in 9 frames. I think there's some characters that still have 8 frame ones, but at least there's no more 6 or 7 frame ones. So before I go to the next characters, Devora, they just fixed some kind of glitch with the Fatal Blow, which is whatever. Frost, they made her, like her cryogenic crown, that's like her head attack that comes out and like kind of leans forward. They just made it do like 3 more damage, which I think is instead of 10% it does 30, maybe, you know, instead of 10 damage it does 30. I guess what that means, because it didn't just do 1 damage. And then they made the combo scaling better. Like it says decreased combo scaling, which means that it still does, the follow-up hit after that move does a little bit more damage than it used to. So it does slightly buff their combo damage. Not really that significant. And then with Jackie, they just fixed some issue with canceling into her Fatal Blow, which is kind of whatever. Jade, the only thing they did with Jade is they made her flawless block up 2 better, which they just did that with just certain characters, just made that better. Okay, so let's go to Kitana and Kotal Kahn, because they actually changed a couple things for those characters. Alright, so Kitana, again, with most characters, like, they made her flawless block up 2 better, so it has better range, and we know hers was really bad, so she needed that. Okay, next one, Purge the Weak, is a mid. What's Purge the Weak? That's this string here. Honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, I always thought that was a mid anyway, but I guess it wasn't. So this is now a mid, which is really good. She doesn't have to rely on this like garbage string. Now she actually has a 13 frame mid, which is actually really strong. She honestly needs that. Well, her other variations need that. Her highborn not so much, but like now she has this, so that's gonna make her a lot scarier. I mean, granted, she had a 13 frame low, which kind of has the same range anyway, but I mean, this is better for combos, so that's cool. Doesn't really change all that much, because she did have, because a low attack is basically a mid in terms of functionality with pressure, but it's still a good buff nonetheless. And then they also, with her, they fixed some kind of issue with Fatal Blow. Like, some characters, apparently they can cancel in their Fatal Blow. It says during the first 3 frames of startup. I guess that was not intended, so with her they fixed that. And let me switch over to Kotal Kahn. Okay, so for Kotal Kahn, they fixed some kind of parry issue after a breakaway, which is not a big deal. And then with, I don't know how to say it, it's like MEH cut, some Aztecian name. So that is this move. So what do? They, let me see, it now has 2 more active frames, which is good for, I guess, if you want to whiff punish with it, even though it's kind of slow. It has 3 less frames of recovery, so I'm assuming on whiff it recovers less, maybe on block. I mean, it's still minus 14. And then it causes 5 more frames of block stun with increased pushback if not flawless block. Now, I don't really understand that. It seems like they're making this harder to punish. Like, why would they want this to be harder to punish? Like, it's an unsafe special move. Like, whenever a character does something like this, it should be easy to punish, in my opinion. But now if you space it right, it can be minus 13, and not all characters can actually punish that. So if you're minus 13 from this range, like I'm thinking if I'm playing Sindel, I actually can't punish Kotal Kahn, which I don't quite get that. I personally think that was a kind of a dumb buff. There's other buffs you could give him, even though they've given him a lot of buffs, and I think he's now a viable character, but that's kind of dumb to me. Like, why would you make something that's an unsafe special move safe in certain situations? But overall, that really doesn't change the character much. Like, if you do like any string into that move, like up close, like if you're in this range, you're gonna get punished. Like any micro dash 1-1 or whatever is gonna get you. So in the grand scheme of things, it's only safe if you if you do it raw. Like, I can't really see any special move really giving you enough pushback. Like, no matter what you really do, you're gonna be too close and you're still gonna get punished anyway. Alright, then going down the list, Kung Lao, it says Possessed Hat now throws 2 projectiles. Now, I don't know what that move is. I looked in all 3 tournament variations. I couldn't find it. I'm assuming it's a custom variation move. I mean, if it's not, like, just correct me in the comments. But as I couldn't really find it. So, I guess they didn't do anything to Kung Lao, except nerf all his jump attacks, which actually that universal change really nerfs Kung Lao. Okay, so the next character, Noob Saibot. Same thing they've done with the others. Like, they fixed their wake up attacks, but instead of his up 2, they fixed his up 3, so they made that move better. And they did the same thing for Sub-Zero. I don't know why they buffed the up 3. I mean, that's kind of whatever. Maybe they're up 2s, I understand. But okay, whatever. That's what they did. Alright, let me switch over to Skarlet and Shang. Alrighty, so when it comes to Skarlet, I like the change they also made. They did the same thing they did to Cetrion. So basically, her far teleport also costs 2 bars. Because she's basically like Cetrion in terms of the zoning. Like, why should a zoner have to only use 1 bar just to get out of jail free? For the other things they did, they made her flawless block up 2 better, which is good. Hers was kind of meh. They fixed some kind of camera issue with the parry, which is okay. I mean, it's fine. Fixed glitches. And then apparently there was a glitch where Skarlet couldn't duck Sindel's, you know the move where she hits you with the booty and crushing blows? Well, Skarlet couldn't block it apparently for certain situations. So they fixed that glitch, which is cool. So Shang, they fixed the glitch where some of his special moves wouldn't work if he was morphed into Geras. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Okay, and the next thing they did to Shang, now his Screaming Soul Amplified was not affected by projectile destroying things, which, like, this move here, like before Erron Black's parry couldn't parry that for some reason. So they just fixed that. And they actually also did that for Sindel. Sindel's 3rd variation, her low projectile, the enhanced version couldn't be parried by Erron Black's parry. Now, it's not just specific to Erron Black, but any character that has projectile nullifying things, like this move and Sindel's low enhanced projectile couldn't be parried. So they just fixed that throughout all the characters. And then the last 2 things, Sindel I just covered. That was one thing they fixed with the low projectile. Another one was some glitch with the fatal blow coming out, like in the first 3 frames of certain moves. Terminator, they fixed something with the AI, and then another thing, the same thing, they fixed some glitch with the fatal blow. So that's pretty much all the changes. Now, my absolute favorite, I love that these teleports now take 2 bars. Like, that's how it should have always been. Like, either make it 2 bars or make the bar recover super slowly. But I love this change. That's excellent. Perfect nerf to Skarlet, perfect nerf to Cetrion. Cetrion's fine now. She don't need any more nerfs. That's really what she needed. And Geras, man, I don't know about Geras. Like, I don't know if he's playable anymore. Like, that was his meta right there. Just, bam, his best string taken away. Which then again, why should a character have a safe launcher? That's kind of dumb. He still has his 1-1. He still has other things. He still has his 4-3. I mean, Geras is still going to be a good character. He's still going to be fine. Maybe he's not going to be top 5 no more, because that's a significant nerf. But I love that. He was really dumb. They did the right thing to Geras. And then what they did, like, maybe if you guys don't really utilize flawless blocks, you don't really understand. But like, well, I didn't mention this. They also nerfed like jump kick combo scaling. But the main thing is when you jump kick or jump punch, you can't cancel. Like before, like I said, you can cancel into your punch. So if someone were to do like a flawless block up 2 and you did a jump punch into a stand 1, you would completely like blow them out of the water. Or if you were like Sindel and did your jump kick into the air projectiles, that would completely destroy a flawless block up 2. There's a lot of ways you can stop it. But now a flawless block up 2 is guaranteed because if they flawless block your jump attack, you can't cancel into a normal, you can't cancel into a special move or nothing. Now granted, you can still like do a jump punch, and if you see they flawless block, you can jump right, you can block right away, and you should be safe from the flawless block up too. But if they have a fast one, you're gonna get hit. And most of the time when you jump in, especially with a jump punch, you're normally so plus that you can just press stand 1 or whatever. But now if they flawless block it, you're not minus, but you're like only like +1 or 2 at the most. And they can down 2 your high attack, they can flawless block up 2. So it's actually really significant. That changes the meta of this game, because this meta used to be just jump kicks, jump kicks, good mids, but like characters like Kung Lao, which lived on the air, he's gonna be significantly nerfed. Anybody that's really good at flawless blocking is just gonna destroy that character, and a lot of characters that rely on jump-ins are not gonna have the same ease like they used to. So let's see how this meta plays out. So far, in my opinion, I like how it looks, but we'll see. Well guys, that's about it for the video today. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys next time.